Good afternoon, everyone. Our topic for this afternoon is about society, community, and education. Accordingly, education is not the sole responsibility of the school administrator and its teachers, but they are the one who helps in developing the totality of the student to become a highly competitive person in the society. For example, in this picture, as you can see, the teacher is trying his best to provide enough education to his students, even though the classroom is not that conducive for learning. In the Philippine context, the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers explicates the varied roles of teachers that is in education. That is in relation to different internal and external groups of stakeholders such as the learners, parents, community, state, and etc. When we say explicates, it means you are analyzing or developing an idea or principle in detail. These stakeholders are whom the teachers relate or work with for the education of the child. Before expounding that, let's first review the following basic terminologies. These are the terminologies. First, we have society. Next is social interaction, school, school culture, community, and teachers. When we say society, it is a community, nation, or broad grouping of people having common traditions, institutions, and collective activities and interests. One best example is the Kamulan Festival. Every time it is celebrated, all areas here in Bukidnon participates with a street dancing presentation displaying the unique traits of their area. Next is community. When I say community, it is a group of people with a common characteristics or interest living together within a larger society, so much bigger in scope. If Malaybalay is already a society, then people in Bukidnon are considered community. Next is social interaction. Social interaction is a central concept to understanding the nature of social life. It is when two or more people take one another into account in building up their action, which requires sympathetic understanding. One best example of this is you as a student in a classroom setting and in a math subject. When your teacher gives you a difficult problem, you tend to ask help to your peers by collaborating with the answer for you to understand the problem and arrive in the correct answer. During that collaboration, you are already doing social interaction with them. Next is school. School is a social institution, an established organization having an identifiable structure and set of functions meant to preserve and extend social order. Its primary function is to move young people into the mainstream of society. Next to it is school culture. It is defined as the guiding beliefs and values evident in a way a school operates. It is used to encompass all the attitudes, expected behaviors, and values that impact how the school operates. As you can see, a school has its own culture where you adapt to it and make it a part of your daily life. One best example of this is when you call your teacher sir or ma'am. Since you are used to pay respect to a teacher you don't know by calling them sir or ma'am, ma-adapt po ninyo when you call a formal attired person ma'am or sir. Alangan mag-brad or partner inyong tawag sa ila, di ba? So for formality's sake, we call them sir or ma'am. Okay, so let's continue. And last is teachers. So teachers are considered licensed professionals who possesses dignity and reputation with high moral values, as well as technical and professional competence. He or she adheres to observe and practice set of ethical and moral principles, and values. That is according to Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers in 1997. So as you can see, everybody can teach, but not everybody can be considered as a teacher. Accordingly, The nature and interplay of the before-mentioned concepts of the provisions of the Philippine Constitutions and the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers are based in the 1987 Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines. It is reflected in the Article 14 of the 1987 Constitution of the Philippines stipulates provisions pertaining to the roles and duties of education. So read the excerpt below to find out what the Philippine Constitution expects and mandates the school or education to perform. So a copy of their Article 14 will be posted in the comment section below. For your activity, answer the experience and examine part of the module. So follow the directions given carefully. For questions and clarifications, feel free to mention me in our group chat. That's all. Thank you and God bless.